Hello everyone and welcome to Dracology. Today we're going to be talking about some Chinese dragons. Some very cool and colorful dragons. First of all, we have the Chinese long. And that is the Korean, the Korean young. That's the young long. You can remember that the long one is the short one and the young one is the old one. I think that, yeah, that works. So, about the Chinese long, or the Draco Orientalis Magnus. The Chinese long, or the Emperor Dragon, has got some amazing features. I mean, it looks like an amazing dragon. It looks like what you've seen in cartoons and stuff like that. It is the best kind of dragon. Well, besides my favorite dragon, of course. But it is a cool dragon. It's got lots of colors. It is most definitely a very pretty dragon. These dragons don't hunt as much, but they eat dogs and cats. So yeah, let's get started. The Chinese long is a very prestigious painter. He's got this little paintbrush, or well, he's got a paintbrush on his tail, and he paints the most beautiful Chinese characters. He even writes in many different languages. This guy is an amazing artist. He's eccentric. It is very cool. Most of these dragons are mostly blue, white, yellow, but very bright colors. There are no black, or rarely any black or grayish kind of dragons. The Chinese long also lives very quiet. He needs peace and quiet to make those masterpieces. This guy has painted things like the Mona Lisa and stuff like that. Only these paintings are not known as much because these paintings stay in Chinese monasteries. So if you really want to see some dragon paintings, go to China. There are some very cool ones. Also, this guy lives 1,000 years, which, well, most painters become very known after their death. This guy has to wait 1,000 years before he dies, and then he becomes popular, but because he is very anonymous in his paintings, he is never really recognized. Somehow they do not care about their recognition, and it is very lovely that they don't. They create masterpieces, so if you see one of these dragons, give it a big hug and a thank you, but make sure you don't scratch his claws or anything. He uses those to sort of mix and match with his paintings. The youngs and eggs of this dragon are also quite particularly special. They make these really beautiful paintings on their eggs in silver, and it's a beautiful sight. And then they put them in the water so that the river sort of transports their eggs all over the river, and these little guys will hatch and then move onward and form their own little monastery. You have a lot of monks that move out and follow these dragons and then raise a monastery wherever the dragon decides to live. So you have these really calm places next to a river, and it is very fun. And these little dragons, when they're young, they're not thinking about making masterpieces. They draw little stickmen and stuff like that. So it is a very cool dragon indeed. And if you want to know more, you might hear some more about the Chinese long in the next episode about the Korean young. We'll see what happens, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye!